No, I know they trust you.
Mommy ever fatal. That is so. Mommy ever fatal. When you ever fatal, sir, no they go. Hey, mommy ever fatal.
Photographers.
But how do you sell underwears to? Yeah.
They.
Maybe
women,
they know the size of the women. So.
Oh, some do.
Yes.
Some do. In fact, a lot of them.
I know some people who can just look at you and be like, oh
yes,
you
size
are
14.
a B cap, you are a C
And they said,
cap.
and you know, brown.
Yeah.
And me at a point, I knew this cap size and all of that.
So what are you like? QQ.
No.
Cap. What is she?
Wait a minute. No, but they can easily determine, and even with the mascara and what.
Your shade.
Ah,
when I went to Sephora, it was a guy that's color matched me.
hey, someone.
You be them.
Hey, I know
some guy. He married.
But still,
In wife be gospel artist.
Eish.
Say they go gym. Today they court.
Okay.
Today.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah.
it's real life.
Hey, but we all know the story.
Oh, you do.
But
Maybe
who doesn't?
Robert doesn't know.
He knows.
So
Who doesn't know?
do you know?
Who doesn't know the story?
I want to mention the
Hey,
name. You want Robert to know.
Hey. Yes, sir.
We don't know.
Hey. So let me say.
Hey. Listeners,
Yeah,
I beg you.
yeah.
no.
I don't. Hey. They say,
But
everyone,
Let me say it.
don't say
No, I want to say it.
Don't say it.
You know, being I said the matter they court.
You said the mic. Hey. You said.
No,
Your mic. Okay, your mic is off.
so what?
You said no. Hey.
Girls, I go come through yours.
You said the matter they court.
You said
I
the
know they
mic.
talk about the matter for court. And they talk about the separation.
The separation that we know, but who are you to tell? Who
am I to tell what? Say me.
Yesterday, somebody sent me some lengthy comment. I said, look, who has asked you anything? Nobody asked you questions.
What sends you?
Yeah, who sent you? Nobody sent you.
Me, they send me.
Look, it's so fine. That's it.
No, but it is
Hey! Yeah, that's it.
the people. Are,
Hey!
they are saying as you say.
Hey!
Who is it?
Yes.
Who they
In
want?
who God we trust.
Okay, let's
In who God we trust.
so you want to know?
Yes.
You want to know the
Yes.
person?
Yes,
but
I want
what's
to
the
know
purpose?
because it's the
What's the
tea is
purpose
very
of it?
juicy and
Why do
piping
you want
hot.
to say? What was the purpose?
That we are saying that people like Robert, a dancer, he go fit take your
So
girl.
that's what you want to.
Yes.
Hey, so that's
Somebody
what he's
like
saying.
Andy Dusty,
What?
he go fit take your girl.
Wait, what?
You say.
Hey.
Me
So
what?
it be
Why?
list
I don't want the drivers, the people that they drive.
It be list way.
Why your girl did that now? They play music.
I remember
Yes.
one time until I got a personal Uber driver. There was this time where I don't know whether it was a time where like drivers went into town and they started pimping themselves to women because they would give you a flyer and tell you that they do sensual massage.
Hey.
Yes,
Drivers.
Yes. It was.
It be we pen on the walk
It
with
was
one
very.
ahead.
It was very weird. Very
We
weird.
will-
It be very true.
And the way
We
they
walk
were,
with one legs.
whenever you sit in the car, they get you comfortable because they'll turn on their AC, and it is not
Women
normal.
don't like serious guys. like you be accountant, you want to talk something. They like people like Robert. They shake some way. I dey lie.
It be true, but somewhere, sometimes,
You see the way
sometimes,
they laugh.
it be very true.
Look, you know the way they laugh. If you feel make it laugh like that,
Yeah, it
Robert
be
is
true.
not
It
serious.
be very, very true.
Robert is not serious.
It be very, very true.
no, it's not a serious.
When you are
guy.
too
Who
serious,
says-
they don't like you.
Who says Robert is?
Hey,
serious?
you there, you
And
are not.
take this guy
You there, you
serious.
are not fun to be
No, but you
with.
should be able to make us laugh.
Martinez is serious.
Too
Not
serious.
Robert.
You're talking to a lady and she's telling you, me, I like sci-fi movies. I watch horror films. Nah, me, I don't like them. Why? I watch comedy.
But
I
sci-fi
don't like-
is nice.
I don't-
Anime is good.
But if you're a guy and you tell me, I don't like them. No, me, I like drama.
But you know, you dey fit go out, you dey see say, look at the woman. Then you look the guy say, how did
What's the connection?
Yes.
Correlation.
The magic or what?
Yeah, they tell you. The
gonna
guy
make
is
you
not
laugh.
serious. The guy is just not serious. So the woman like her.
So dancers, DJs.
Massa.
Massa,
But
come
you
on,
people-
make you no mention
you people dey
DJs.
forget one thing, those who they
Carpenters.
sell waist beats.
Hey, Charlie, this guy.
Ah,
that guy.
no.
For Martinez,
I swear it's a different land though. What's going on here?
Yeah, Martinez cry say water.
Hey, are you sure it is here that you are supposed to be on radio like talking? Hey, say waste bees. Hey, we get men where they sell waste bees.
Ah!
You don't be serious. You don't be serious.
Listeners, you see the reason people that listen Daybreak is we are not serious. Because when it gets too serious, when it gets too serious, they listen and go like, I didn't yet it will be flexible.
Oh yes. Life itself is not a serious.
Tell them that you can't live in Ghana and produce songs.
1 minute, Bia. 1 minute.
We make it short.
Okay, Asma can make it. I'm talking about Diko. I'm talking about Diko.
Dixon.
Andy the petty dusty.
Andy the what?
Petty dusty.
We are over Jody.
People they enjoyed what you do. People.
Charlie, so my guy, you Ken you know what? He say the we smokers do they get fine girls, pa. They sell weed to the fine girls. Yeah. So they feel high together. Oh yeah. You see boys them my brain. This guy they talk for seeing forehead. you go feel scratch your matches for top. Over
the weekend, I went out with a friend. I went to pick her up from her house, and when I got there, the first thing I saw was a lighter. And I knew I was in the wrong place.
Charlie.
And I saw something else. It was a pack.
You went to a house.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, I went to a house, and I knew I was in the wrong place.
Why though?
Because say the old baby and me
these days there's medical marijuana. You never know.
Madam. Who the name medical I here?
Off air, we'll talk about it.
Fellaria. Let's get to a much more serious issue. Organizers of Afro Nation feel like say Afro Nation is going to Nigeria. Well, it was Davido that hinted. First off, let's say a big thank you to Betway. We are in another exciting week of Champions League and Europa League football. Betway brings thrilling promos to sports betting fans throughout their customer experience centers in Accra, Kumasi, and Tadi. Visit any of Betway's experience centers, enjoy the games, and predict the outcome of selected games and stand a chance of winning amazing prizes. No under 18. Bet the responsible way. Now, Wireless Ghana is the leading Apple lifestyle repair and technical support center that provides efficient repair services for all Apple products. Look, hey, Charlie, somebody call them for me. I'm not write this number down. I beg. Call Wireless for me. 0244. I may write them. 606 913. Why is it that I called them the other time? I say one of my AirPods, one spoil. They have to repair it. And it is too small to repair. It's just a matter of cracking it open. Maybe I want to be at normal so no. Oh.
Repair our.
I should say some guy did some corner, they call them 0244 606 913. I beg, this be the wireless people. Some guy there on air and you just, I beg you go bring airport, make you no do them. 0593 883 214. All of a sudden their lines are busy. 0593 883 214. Any iPhone or Apple problem you get, please call them and they will solve it for you. Wireless Ghana, visit them on the wirelessghana.com. All right, so Davido hinted that Nigeria will be hosting the Afro Nation Festival for the first time. He made this revelation to Ibro while promoting his Timeless album. His comment was triggered by a conversation on African countries like Ghana using their beachfront for leisure and tourism. Davido says, okay, is Davido speaking? Afro Nation is going to Lagos for the first time. So that's going to be fire.
Paris.
Obio.
Paris. Some guy they mimic him, man. The guy be good.
Yeah.
Some comedian.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah, we're going to Nigeria, Afro Nation. Let me start with you, Robert. So, how does this mean to Ghana and tourism? Are we going to lose revenue? Are we going to lose traction? Because Afro Nation has really brought home some people, in fact, a lot of people, which is a fact, unless you disagree.
Let me paint the picture from this particular angle.
There's a painter, proper painter here.
Yeah, except that he's not got access to my brush.
Okay. You don't get the punch. Who don't get that?
My mind on there.
So, in December last year, I attended both the Afrochella event and Afro Nation, the clash, the day that the two events clashed.
Right.
So I had to stay to watch P Square, and then from there I just quickly went to watch Burna Boy.
Okay.
All the two events were packed heavily. And so all I'm trying to say is, imagine the Elwak Stadium filled to capacity with so many people actually standing outside here, struggling to get in, and then going to the grounds of Afro Nation and still having the place filled. That tells you the numbers we are talking about. In that same period, because we organized December, the comedy show in December, we are aware of what happens with respect to the hotels. Heavily booked, like literally spaces not available, etc. So the numbers that usually come into this country is huge. I'm not too sure if the government of Ghana has given information on how much money they made last year. But I know there's some record about some estimated 2 billion for 2021, and if there's anything that happening the year after 2022, I know the numbers are going to increase. So when we talk about Afro Nation not being in this country, clearly we are saying that there's a certain number of people that Afro Nation brings, and it is possible that they may not come through. Why? Because every year, throughout the year, somebody out there is heavily promoting a particular event and driving numbers to your country. And so these people are now going to shift the attention from your country, which means there's going to be some void or vacuum. And so if that vacuum is going to exist, then there are implications thereof. First of all the bookings that it comes with in terms of flights, people coming down, the payments that happen at airports, whatever revenue comes into the country, visas, whether on arrival or wherever they are coming from, the monies that usually the Ghana government will get from these places, the hotel bookings, fashion, food, transportation, commerce, everything that they bring, and everything it means with respect to our foreign exchange earnings, all of that is going to be impacted if we don't have the numbers. And then you see, one of the things you also want to ask yourself is, if I'm going to spend a week in Ghana for the very first time, or I'm going to December in Ghana, there must be enough offerings with respect to entertainment events to make me want to always go, or to make my stay worth my while. Because if all I have is X amount of money, $5,000, $10,000, and I can choose to go anywhere I want in the world,
But Ghana,
if I don't have a strong offering, then at the end of the day, it means that I may not actually make the move.
Pay
If I
tight.
don't, so one of the things, therefore, is not tight. One of the things you want to focus on
if
is
you
to,
don't have a strong offering, then what you have to do is pay tithes. And that's
we are not holding bars, no 11. Listen, so
And today is actually 11, right?
yeah,
that's Reggie Raxton's birthday.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Shout out to the
Grandpapa.
granddaddy.
Abi, you go do the voice give him. So all I'm trying to say is it's something that we must care about, and we must ask ourselves some questions. All the monies we've made during the period? Have we been able to use part of that money to secure projects of this nature for it to be in the country, knowing that this is what it means in terms of impact, So these are concerns that we need to be able to think about them, because we can't just say that we're having December in Ghana, the entire world's attention is on us, and for that matter, we are not going to care if programs of this nature are not available. For me, one of the biggest things, the fact that we have celebrities coming, there is constant conversation globally about Ghana on platforms that we didn't really engineer. All they had to do was to come to taste it, and then they went out there with the information and they kept on talking. And by everyday constant speech, what happened was the fact that a lot of people are now interested in coming to Ghana. And so we need to be able to care about whether these programs are happening or not. I think that conversation should get to the point where we are discussing what is government doing to be able to hold events that gives a buffet of offering to the people who are actually coming to this particular country during the year. Because you see, private industry or private sector have held this particular activity down for a long time. And if they are not able to do it, then it means actually there's really nothing when it comes to the offerings out there. So, it's a good point for us to have conversations about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Afro Nation is going to Nigeria, because I think the owner or the CEO of Afro Nation is Nigerian. So, if I have a festival like that, why don't I take it to my own country? So I'm not surprised. Apart from that too, Afro Nation is a traveling festival. Before it came to Ghana, it was in different parts of Europe, I think Portugal, and many, many places. So if it's going to Nigeria, it's probably one of the places where they would want to have the festival. Okay, so they're just taking it back home to make his people also feel the excitement that Afro Nation brings to the to the rest of the world. So it's not a big deal. I would agree with Robert that it would cut some of our revenue and some of our income when it comes to hospitality. Yes, hospitality and the December festivities and all that. But hey, what if it is Afro Nation in Nigeria for maybe March, or March just passed, so October. So maybe a prelude to the December festivities in Ghana. We don't know the exact date that they are going to go to Nigeria. So you cannot state emphatically that they are not going to come to Ghana. But then again, Ghana is also saturated with a lot of events during the December festivities. What if they are promised a bigger market in Nigeria? Because Ghana, they have to compete with the likes of Afrofuture and many other shows that might be. The one that happened at the beach side at Kokobite, what's it called? The one that Black Star. No, not Black Star. There's the Black Star too, and then I don't remember the.
That caused a lot of traffic.
Yes, exactly. So they are competing against a lot of festivities during the December time. Yes, the Christmas season. So they probably want a bigger market and money guaranteed. And let's not lie to ourselves. The biggest artists now in Africa are in Nigeria. It will even cost them less money to mount it or to have the festival in Nigeria than to bring it all the way to Ghana or other parts of the world. So I think they are looking out for themselves when it comes to their financial stability and all that. So hey, it is what it is.
Okay, Boo. Yeah. One other thing I want to add to my question of the revenue loss is, could it also be, Robert, if Martinez, you have your attention, could it also be that the unfortunate situations during the December,
yes,
mobile phone loss.
Oh, could it only be mobile phone? Right. There were some back and forth with
everywhere
security
in the world.
I'm just asking. Could it also be? That's one. Number two, could it also be that there is pressure from his country? Because that could also be. Because if a Ghanaian, for example, Afrofuture,
formerly
Afrochella is happening or happens in Nigeria, certainly there'll be a call from Ghana's government asking them to bring it home.
Yeah.
Or I mean, with respect to tourism,
There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying
So Andy, I mean, I understand where my colleagues are coming from, you know, but I beg to differ.
Please, you can differ. You don't even have to beg.
No, I'm being polite. I'm being polite.
Why? What happened? It changed?
I don't know. It's like a polite morning for me. You see, there's something that we've created in December, and we should not forget that. It's a whole experience. It's not about one event. And we've branded the thing December in Ghana. And we're saying that no matter where you are in the world, December in Ghana, dear, you know what we miss up. And I think that's what we should be championing. And we should not worry too much about Afro Nation going to Nigeria. Because for me, it's something that I've been asking myself, why haven't they gone to Nigeria? They should have actually started the whole thing from there. You know, so yes, there might be, you know, but I don't think that all the instances you gave, the hotels will be booked, all that stuff. Because look, we're selling something that Nigeria doesn't have. It's more of a historic visit, and it's more of culture. I mean, music is part of culture, but it's more than the events. People come here, and because of tourism, they travel the space of Ghana, go to the Cape Coast, go and see all these, you know, where they were, you know, the last door of return or the point of order. They go to all those places. So I think we should be making a statement with that this time, that maybe one of the major events that also attract some of these people here is not around. You know, it also gives us an opportunity to also now if add on another event or now champion what we have already. We're talking about Afrobeat. There are a lot more events on in December, a lot. So for me, just the Afro Nation that is not here will not take anything away from us. I believe so strongly.
But
Yes,
maybe
Adekamo, 1 second, make a land there. Now,
are you flying?
Yeah, I'm flying. Now, you see, we've also, somebody might say, the things every day you're front, you know if you do nothing. You go there, you go if you do something. We've also not really taken advantage of look, if King Promise, Kamedo, all these other guys will be booked in December in Nigeria, it's healthy for them. Because they get into that space and also exploit that market.
true.
We should look at that as well. You know, you get there, if it's 2 weeks that you're going to be there, you know that I'm here to do this, so I'm going to take advantage and do a lot of things. Usually when the thing is in your home, there are too many things that will distract you and you not even take advantage of it. You know, so for me, we should look at that side of things. There are people who also travel out there because they got in for that specific event. They get to taste a lot of media space, you know, take advantage of the nightlife and all that, and sell what we also have out there. You understand? So, I mean, it's going to rub off positively. That's how I look at it. But we shouldn't forget the tag December in Ghana and what it entails. There's too much that, I mean, just that one event will make us miss something.
Okay, so what I want to quickly point out is this. I guess my only issue is the fact that you said that it will not take away anything from us. It will take away something. And we need to be able to call that particular thing out. And I like the fact that you spoke about what the likely benefits for Ghanaian artists who are going to jump on projects in their country if it should go there. So that's a good point. But I'm also thinking the project, the whole thing, December in GH, what have we done to promote it? And usually when we are doing a promotion, what do we even say? You understand? Because you see Afro Nation promoting their project heavily, globally, throughout the year because they want it to happen. As a matter of fact, last year I monitored what Afrochella did and the number of parties they had in different countries just to be able to promote the December event. You know, so it went from country to country and, you know, the different parties to be able to excite the people and get them to understand that, look, this is a pre-party. The main deal is happening in December in GH. Come and be a part of this. You understand? So these are pre-promotional activities that they do to be able to whip up excitement for the December event. As a country, what are we doing to promote the entire December in GH? Constantly. So, like you are saying, if what we are promoting is more than an event, but currently we have 1, 2, 3 events taking the lead in promotion from their own angle, then we need to be able to understand that if we want people to feel Ghana for its December activities, then there has to be a conscious effort in promoting every activity that happens in December, or promoting the December NGH brand so that people will come to Ghana and expect that, regardless of what's happening, if you come to Ghana in December, there's something for you.
Okay, so I can't sit here and state specifically what government has done, but I know it has enhanced December in Ghana. I know that before the whole year of return, year of return actually did not start by the government just getting up and saying year of return. They realized that December had some activity and they capitalized on that and did the year of return, and now they did beyond the return. Now these tags, especially beyond the return, is something that is etched into that diasporan environment already. And like you're saying, when you say promote, when they go out there, I know that, they speak about some of these things and say, come back home, come and see how you guys left. They say some of these things. Unless you are saying that we should have visuals, we should have, because it's different from when you are promoting an event, because you spoke about Afro Nation promoting throughout the year. You also promote. Let
me just ask a simple question. How much is government expecting from IMF? Is it? How much?
3 billion.
3 billion.
Yeah, dollars.
In 2021, they said we're expecting 2 billion.
$3 billion.
Yeah, 3 billion, yes.
Yeah. In 2021.
Oh.
That's easy money. It's small.
$3 billion.
Master, compared to Ghana. With Ghana, they go take their money. And I know individuals in this state who have it. I don't know why they won't go borrow again.
See, in 2021, they were estimating 2 billion will be added. Yes. To the Ghanaian economy from targeted arrival of 600 people.
600 people.
600,000 people in 2021. You understand? If you are supposed to follow this, I don't have the current figures. That's why I'm reading that particular figure. And we are just looking for what 3 billion bailout, right?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, if you know that 2 billion or 3 billion, you can get 3 billion by just promoting your December in GH heavily. Understand that it's business, so you have to invest. So you have to go out there, use all the embassies to promote what is happening in GH. Make it loud, let us know, let people hear about it, talk about the events that are happening. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do get you, but you also agree with me that the people at the helm of affairs are lazy and they don't care, because what you're saying is like spot on. Because why would you go and ask for 3 billion when you can when you've gotten 2 billion before? It means it's just a billion difference and you can make it. But we all know they are lazy. They would rather go and beg. This is the people at the top. So this is why they talk there, how we go do. And they'll not even make effort, they'll do nothing. They just stay there. One district, one factory. Then when you do your own factory in your district, they come and
right now the conversation where you take pass.
No, it be you they take pass there. Where they continue. No. You're saying government should make a conscious effort, yes, to promote this, because we can make money out of it.
Good,
because they have come out already to say we made so and so the previous years. And I'm saying that they will not do that.
Okay.
They won't do that.
Martinez,
They
you
rather
listen.
go and beg because it's easy. They will get them cut and things. You know, the people where they do the brokering, they will get them cut.
Okay.
It's a polite morning.
You know,
Yeah, thank you.
the finance minister.
Thank you. Hey. Martinez, please come.
Oh, the way she they look me,
Hey.
they make you no look me
So
like
can
that.
she even breathe?
She can breathe. She shouldn't look at me like that. Won't the finance minister's company make some money on it?
Hey. Come in.
Yes,
Yeah, that's it.
well, and
And also,
this message actually not coming from the organizers of the event or Afro Nation. It's still serious because of Davido.
they've not mentioned it.
Yes, they have.
That hinted.
Yes.
But, no, but what do you call it? Smade put it out there on his socials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After Davido said,
Oh yeah.
That, this was
Yeah,
no,
giving him
I'm,
props.
I'm saying
That's-
that
Thank you
Okay.
for.
it was the video that hinted.
No,
Yes.
I understand. What I'm saying is I'm just adding because just in case he's thinking, because Davido will not come out to say stuff like that if there's no reason. Like
Well-
there has to be some reason to it.
So with Davido saying that for
Charlie
me,
media is all good for Afro Future crowd. Make they collect them money because these guys are doing a fantastic job. Trust me. Look,
Which guy?
the Afro Future guys. Listen, as at last year, I mean, and till today, Burna Boy is like one of the hottest that you can ever get in the space of Africa. They brought this guy here. You know the money they spend. And this year, even Davido, where they talk to Afro Nation, you go see, you know, the book come. These guys are hard. So for me, it's a win for us, Charlie. You know,
I think we need to
it's-
discuss the win, like what makes it a win,
Yeah.
because it won't just happen on its own. There's a
Music
void.
for us
We have
by
to
us.
fill the
No,
void.
for
It
now we're
doesn't mean
discussing
that-
the loss.
that-
So when
yeah.
we're done, yeah. So let's look at the we are looking at the loss, right?
yeah.
So let's look at the loss.
So Andy, it is clear that December in GH has made Ghana an enviable country when it comes to Christmas festivities or the holidays, because from how I look at it, I mean, I see Davido trying to promote his country. You know, whenever you get the opportunity, he tried to project his country.
it's an ambassador.
Yes, no long ago, he spoke about Nigerians in the diaspora making Nigerian music big worldwide. Again, I think on BET platform, after winning an award, he mentioned that everybody should come to Nigeria to taste their food and all of that. So promoting his Timeless album and he mentioning that Afro Nation this time around is going to happen in Lagos for the first time, I see it as him trying to drive, people into Nigeria. And it's because they've learned something from what we've been doing so far. And so clearly, there will be a vacuum because people who love Afro Nation this time around won't be happy. But like Boo said, artists will have the opportunity to expand their brand elsewhere. Not long ago, GTA boss, Mr. Kusajima, also mentioned that countries are lobbying for the Afro Nation. And Davido also hinting it, and Smith coming to also put it on social media. Then it's clear that as a country, it looks like we are losing or we've lost that power. Let me put it that way. Afro Nation has 5 years contracts with the government.
So what happens to that country? Because I was about
That's my worry because
Okay.
Afrima, we were supposed to have host Afrima for 3 years. Unfortunately, we hosted just a year and things turned upside down. Now, when it comes to Afro Nation to 2019, when the first edition was hosted, until 2022 because of COVID and, blah, 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 last year, before we had it again. So out of the 5 years, we've hosted only twice. So the question I was asking myself is that, can't we finish our hosting right, or can't we finish the contract? Can't we exhaust the contract before they take it elsewhere? Then it means things are not... I don't want to say government is losing that confidence or that authority or
but
that
a contract
power.
is a contract, though.
But
Yeah, when is the contract? What do you mean?
See, I signed.
Said then.
Yes, but that's it's always for
So-
5 years,
so-
right?
so-
Nation
So
clause.
5 years.
But then again,
just as
are
you
you sure
mentioned-
it's 5 years?
Ah,
Have you
that's what
seen
they
it?
said.
Have you seen the document? Are you
But
sure
that's
it's
what
5
was
years?
put out. So I don't know why
So-
we're doubting
are you
it.
So,
It was put out
So-
officially.
And,
So listen.
and the last thing too is this, so that we don't jump too far ahead, is what Ria said. The fact that it's going to Nigeria does not mean it's no longer coming to Ghana. You
But the-
understand?
bro,
So let's
the-
just.
the- the
Oh,
fear-
So
the
maybe
A few months
I'm coming.
ago-
So maybe
Now let me put this
it'll
out.
be good to get some feedback from what's his name,
That's what
Ruby.
I'm coming with.
Smith.
No, what's his name? Rudy
Kwesi
Kwachi.
Agyemang. Oh, Rudy.
Rudy
Okay,
Kwachi
so
on
let me
this.
read this to you. A few months ago, CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority, Kwesi Agyemang, also said in an interview on Asase Radio that he was apprised for information that other countries had expressed interest in having events like Afrofuture, Family Afrochella, and Afro Nation. We want to go back to cabinet and say this is the document. This is what we did in December in GH. This is what they are saying. This is the impact. These are the numbers that came in for us to sustain this to a level, he said. Other countries are pushing. I mean, I know Rudy talked to the Afrochella guys in Little Havana. People have approached them. Countries have approached them to bring them the events to them, right? He said this while stressing the need for Ghanaians to cherish the beyond the return agenda and its benefit as it has brought the nation. Apart from Afro Nation Ghana, the Afro Nation US, okay, and all of that. So yes, that's a document indicating that some contracts have been signed.
And that's the 5 years.
It did not really stress on it. I thought they had stressed on it.
Andy, for me.
But yes, I remember there was a 5-year.
Yes,
I remember there
I've
was.
heard it.
If my memory serves me right, or did you hear that? I think you heard right?
Some of these things, hearsay, no, they work for me.
It's not about hearsay.
No, that's what I'm saying. If it's there, it's something that can be Googled, you can find out, or we can get somebody from the Ministry of Tourism to talk about it. But all I'm saying is, I don't want to get into a discussion about a contract when you don't really have the basis. So if it's there, it's there. If it's not there, you don't have information. You don't have information. The conjecturing and the pondering and
So, Andy, the fear is that if
assumption.
if we lose it to Nigeria because of their market, because of the kind of investment they get, we might actually not have it again. That is what a lot of people fear about this whole thing. But like,
Who's a lot of people? What do you mean?
I mean,
For all you know, it's a joy. No, you see, let's put this in proper context. For me, I don't even see it as a loss. To start with, we shouldn't even start going there, because it will empower us to do more. There are Ghanaian event organizers who are spending a lot of money to do great stuff. I mean, we had Wilderland 2 years ago. Unfortunately, last year it didn't come up. We're hoping it will return this year. These are like major events as well. You understand what I'm saying?
So just so we're clear, so there's a information like that. The government of Ghana has signed a deal with Event Horizon Entertainment Limited to host Afro Nation in Ghana for the next 5 years. This
Yes.
comes after the concert was held in Ghana from December 27th to 30th, 2019 at the Laboma Beach in Accra. So,
That's what I was telling you. That I don't know.
One more
I'm,
year in Ghana. Because
no,
5 years.
no.
2019 was
Yeah.
4 years ago.
This
isn't
is
it?
2019.
Yes,
Yeah,
2019.
so they have just one more year.
So then back to Ria's point. At the end of the day, the fact that it's moving to Nigeria may not necessarily mean
And I agree with
It's not
Ria
coming to
because last year or last 2 years, they did South America and then still came here.
and did Portugal,
yeah,
I think, yes.
yeah, and still came back here. So
and they're doing California, is it? They are doing one of the US states this particular year.
Yeah, but, that's another conversation.
So, if there's that confidence that they will bounce back, that's fine. But, like, we all know, the organizers are also Nigerians. So, probably there might be pressure on them. At least it is prudent for them to also take it to their people, for them to have a feel of it and experience how it is. But definitely, we will lose because a lot of people come into the country particularly for that. And so if those people realize it's being taken to Nigeria and they still want to follow it, then they will go there. But for the artists, it's an opportunity for them as well. The question is if they will be given that enough space or if they will be given that platform to perform. That's the most important thing.
look, platform is given everywhere once you go and bang on doors. we've seen people go and they do media tours. Stonebwoy has been there. We saw him on all their channels. Kamedo, they won't have what the Nigerians will do, and they're doing very well. And I believe that it's about time, and we keep talking about it, that we should emulate, is that they push their stuff more. It's simple. You understand? They will not push nobody over theirs. But it's not like they will lock their doors and say, "Oh, we'll not give you an opportunity." No, you come. Once you are there, like some of our presenters do. That day, that morning they play your song. No shame. We ain't and no, yes, and we do that to ourselves here. But that's what they do to us there.
Maybe we should begin to discuss the benefits.
Benefits of what?
So, the benefits.
Okay.
Yes, quick one. Well, time no day. So let's look at the benefits. Before that, comments. Eagle 7 says Afro Nation going to Nigeria isn't really that bad. We're already swarmed with events Ghana, and our artists don't get to perform outside Ghana. Maybe this will enable one or two of our guys performing in Nigeria. I see a win here. Yes, because they may book just few.
Exactly.
They could book a lot as well. But even here, they book a few and still bring their people. So I'm saying this time,
they are taking
maybe they could book a lot. You
Another
understand?
person says, 95 volunteers said, why don't we confirm it from the leaders of the Afro Nation? What the actual thing is than hearing it from one person. But if it's truly going to Nigeria, then Ghana should know that they are losing some huge investments in the creative arts industry. So, Ria, let me start with you. What will be the benefits apart from what Budog has mentioned? That artists will get the opportunity to be on their stage.
I think someone said the saturation of the whole the too many events during the Christmas festivities would go down. So then again, variety. So I cannot say that. Apart from that, too.
I'm not clear what you just said.
No, you see, I was saying that there's going to be an oversaturation of events during December. So now Afro Nation is in Nigeria. So you know that the one-stop place you can go for your festival-like experience will be what? Afrofuture, which is a good thing because it is for us. You get it? So the money is still going to be invested into the country, whether you like it or not. Okay, yes. So I think that's, but then Afro Nation too was bringing variety. So then if you don't want to watch somebody, you're not really into the lineup for Afrofuture, you're going to go to Afro Nation. That was where my dilemma was.
All right, Robert.
Yeah.
Benefits.
Well, the only benefit I can think of is the fact that if anybody wanted to organize a huge music concert, then they would now have an opportunity to be able to do that. I still feel...
Before they didn't have it.
No, because again, once you have big dates there, you know that you are going to compete, and therefore it means heavy advertising to be able to get the numbers you're looking for. I think around the same time when these programs were being organized, people were, because if you have all you have is a certain amount of money, disposable income, you ask yourself questions. Music concerts, where do I want to go to? Which of these events do I want to go to? Because resources are scarce, but opportunities are unlimited. So you want to ask yourself, how do you best spend your cash? I think that we still have a deficit when it comes to the myriad of events that we organize during Christmas. Okay, there's comedy show, nice, but everything else feels more like music. And I think we need to be able to add to the list of things that we do, so people can have many more things than just music in the first place. So if it's a clear opportunity for people to be able to step in the space and also do stuff, let the stuff we would do be iconic and be different and give different offering. That for me, that's really what I'm seeing as an opportunity. That's it.
What's this?
Andy, for me, I also see it as an opportunity for us to invade the Nigerian country, because our artists will get a platform. I only expect a huge number to be booked. So once they are there, they represent us. If it becomes very difficult penetrating their market, this time around, they will have that opportunity to perform and get more collaborations, and that will boost our industry as well.
All right, Boo.
I mean, I've said my
Benefits.
Yeah, already. You won't take anything away from us.
Right. Okay, listeners. So we are about leaving. If you won't take anything, let me read some few comments. And
December in Ghana is big.
Nana Benyi Etua Mensah says, Andy, why are you guys surprised? The organizers said they wanted to go to Nigeria first, but didn't get the government support. That's why they came to Ghana. And it's going to rotate every 5 years to different countries. It's always been there, so kindly check. Dojo Junior Sandy, does the government of Ghana have social media handles for December in GH and the year of return? Yes, they do. So those are Abba Robert no go defend himself. Kojo Asempa Fencha said, good morning to everyone.
Itself in what?
I don't know. I can be here.
Earlier on, that be like the dance, the Bulldog.
Oh.
What's it?
Attractive Mustafa says, Bulldog saying he won't take anything away from us to me is too raw. Analytically, it will surely take a lot away from our tourism, business, and aviation industry. Ghana's travel industry is being projected to raise $8.3 billion a year by 2027. And events like Afro Nation and others are all projected to add up to Ghana's meeting the target, so Ghana can be the next tourism destination. It's a loss to the industry, but I agree with Bulldog's suggestion of we also taking advantage and selling our industry in Nigeria as well. Thank you very much, Attractive Mustafa of attractivemustafa.com.
Hard guy.
Hey, hard rough.
Not in the beamy pass attractive.
Attractive. Thank you all very much for listening. We'll be back same time tomorrow for another
Discussion.
great edition.
10 minutes on the beat.
Thank you, Martinez. Thank you, Ria. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Bulldog.
Bulldizzy.
Bulldizzy. Bulldog. Bulldog.
My dizzy. I see your band. The last time, I don't know if you did a show there, but I be like, then you have to sit down. You come hug me.
How's the
My
Easter
boss
comedy show?
was great. I saw my boss, you know. He's got a beard like mine. You know?
Yola.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yola was there.
And it looked, you know.
I think I saw someone. I think Basketball
nice,
gave him
it
a
was nice
shout.
seeing him. Yeah.
I
was
couldn't
nice
come
seeing him.
because I was on TV.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that night.
So, you see, again, we should talk about that your thing. Why you the one worry the man like that?
Which one?
The inventor of rap music.
Oh,
You see the answer I give you.
which answer you
Say
give?
your DJ, you go fit take go to.
Why no? I don't go fit take good
So
tour.
take go make we see.
What are you talking about? That means we had DJs going on tour.
Massa.
Was that what you
I'm
asked
being
me?
specific. I say talk. You say, can you take your DJing to talk?
Yes.
So if you say, you people say the thing be unfortunate or be whatever, take
Is
your
that
thing go talk.
KOD?
I be KOD matter.
KOD say, I said KOD say it be nonsense. He say, some of all your clothing. How was he doing?
Can he take his clothes on tour?
Yes.
feel
KOD
that.
has been taking his clothing on tour.
Punchline.
Which
For
punchline?
For Takrady and things.
But he be tour.
Like you for tell him, so why you not tell him? Why are you telling
Oh
me?
no. But you
Oh,
know,
no,
hear
no,
the,
no, no, no.
you know, hear the first punchline you give me. Abule, you ask you question. So, Brapani,
Hard guy.
I say, Brapani, you mentioned that VGMA High Life is a curse. VGMA is a curse to High Life music, right? But say the bear bloggers now the omachono yanji wanungo si boninti. We want to hear it from you, Wankasa. So, is it true you said that VGMA is a curse to High Life music? Hey,
Is it what?
the answer they say, now our question is I mean they drink once and they I'm like, yo.
But you understand the level there.
Yo!
Your puppy be that too.
But then I'm crying.
Oh, now, but did you think about it? Are you listening? This be the minister, the deputy minister.
Hey, you when I talk, you listen to me. A big thank you to Vodafone. A big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise. Hey, Think Media Expert is at it again. Passion Night 2023. They're discussing the betrayal. Is it going to be Dr. Laiki and Van Vicker or Ghana Jesus and Salinko, among other stars from Accra and Kumasi? It's happening this weekend, 16th of April. It's going to be a night of good music, drama, and comedy. Meet Pat Thomas, Episode, Joyce Blessing, and the Heavenly Jewels Chorale. Don't forget, there will be free house screening from 1 p.m.